Hey.
Hey guys.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Texas Hemp Party. We have breaking election coverage. Cannabis has swept the election. Woo! We won.
It's for president.
We won, ladies and gentlemen. We actually did it. We've pulled it off in 4 states, 4 new adult use states. Pretty incredible stuff. Or actually, 3 new adult use states, 1 new medical state. Now,
Yes.
1 in 3 Americans lives in a cannabis legal state. Whoa!
Adult use.
And the best thing about it is that it seems to be a very bipartisan,
Yes.
So yes.
Yes, we can all agree. We can all agree that the war on drugs is over, at least when it comes to cannabis. So,
Hey, by the way,
guys.
Leah, you're Leah Laxton's.
That's what I'm getting ready to do that part. Gosh, man, everybody trying to steal your job over here. See, you don't step in. Oh, it was breaking news. Okay.
It was breaking news.
Yes,
Woo-hoo.
of course. I am your host, Leah Laxton. I'm a native Kentuckian with a passion for hemp and the co-founder of Higher Ed Hemp Tours. I have my 2 amazing co-founders with me today. Our mission is, of course, getting an educated consumer connected to verified brands and retailers. I have Captain Cannabis in the house. What's up, Captain Cannabis?
Hey guys. Awesome. Everything's going awesome.
And of course, our education director, co-founder, and producer of the Texas Hemp Party, Cynthia Morales.
What's up, everyone? Yes, cannabis for president. I'm all about it this week.
All day, every day. And this is actually a secret intervention for you, Cynthia, because we are not allowing you to watch any more political coverage for the next 15 to 20 minutes.
I was just paying attention for how cannabis is doing on the ballot, and that was my number 1 priority.
Man, so true. Really incredible. And I think some kind of shocks here. Like I had never really had a plan to visit all 50 states. South Dakota was not on my list, and it just got added.
Yeah.
So I don't even know, what is there, like a city in South Dakota? Is it just like a farm?
I don't know. We gotta go. We gotta make our
How many? What's the population of South Dakota? Like 300,000, or is it like more like 100? I don't know.
That's a great question. Somebody from South Dakota, please hit us up and let us know, what is South Dakota like? I guess there's Mount Rushmore is there. There's Black Hills National Forest.
As of 2019, the population was 884,000.
Wow. They have grown. You know what? No, you know why though? It was only 300,000 until this election.
Yeah, and their population just doubled as of Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. As of yesterday. Whoa.
As Texans flee to find cannabis wherever they can. Interesting times, you guys. I thought this was really cool because, most of the time we see a lot of media coverage, from our cannabis publications, MJ Biz News, all that. Love all those publications. But seeing this on NBC, where it's like, this is it. This is it, guys. This is New Jersey, Arizona, South Dakota. Oh, so it is 4 states. I forgot about New Jersey.
Arizona, Mississippi, Montana, South Dakota, New Jersey. And then, of course, Oregon went a step further and was like, oh.
Yeah, legalize cocaine. They legalized cocaine.
Cannabis, that's so 2018. We're going to like this whole other extent. But I think
they legalized mushrooms. They legalized mushrooms for medicinal purposes, which is, that's what these plants are here for in the first place. All the plants on planet Earth were made for our medicinal purposes.
Yep.
If you believe in God, then God created these plants for you to have a mentally sane brain, that functions at a normal level. And they've been a part of our history of humankind since, for thousands and thousands and thousands of years.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's really incredible to see it. It's so true. It's like, I think a lot of this comes down to states' rights and individual freedom as well, which traditionally has been a right issue, and now is really sort of coming into both sides as people just sort of understand, like, we're evolving as a human species. We're much more conscious than we've ever been before. Why should we not be able to?
And we're a lot more complex than everybody gives us credit for. Not every issue is white or black and white, right and wrong, yes, up, down. It's a lot of complex. So yeah, I'm glad that slowly it's turning. Gears are turning.
If you look at the human race too, historically, we would like usually if it was the king or the queen, if they felt, oh, I don't like that, well then boom, no one would do that, right? So, and then later on, we got rid of the kings and queens. Now we have the churches would pretty much make the decision. Even here in Texas, a lot of the churches maybe were more of the Southern Baptists that don't like to drink alcohol, or sometimes they would say, oh, well, Jesus was drinking grape juice, whatever. But what the thing is they would literally then tell everyone in that town, free America, they would tell them that you can't have alcohol. Well, I mean, alcohol's been on the earth. I mean, the Bible has beer in the Bible. There's wine in the Bible. It's like, it's a part of our culture. Now, is it healthy? Not as healthy as the cannabis plant. Cannabis plant is so much better for you. And if it does give you a buzz, who cares? You buzz responsibly.
It's not healthy to drink caffeine every single day. Or it's
they keep changing. They flip-flop on that thing too. Now they're saying that if you drink 8 cups of coffee every day, 8 cups, that extends your life by, I mean, extraordinary, like 35% longevity. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I like coffee, but I prefer tea. Caffeine,
oh, that's good. Yeah.
So.
And I think that goes back to something, Captain Cannabis, you always talk about, which is the natural bias that's in any type of white paper or study. Scientists are in agreement for the most part on that they understand that they have an inherent bias, that when you're performing a scientific experiment, you're formulating a conclusion, and then to a certain point doing the experiment to see if it meets that conclusion. So you'll see varying conclusions, yes, and experiments that can match that end result. So
and it's everything's changing. Who's paying for that study too, right?
It can be, right?
Yeah, a lot of times we can see that. Yeah.
Well, that's when if especially I feel that when it is paid by whatever, if it is a little bit more lenient, it kind of can work to our advantage, because they try it so many times that it just gets proven over and over, like, nope, even though you really want it to be this way, there's just evidence. So yeah.
And you know why is because like I remember when I was growing up and I found out my dad didn't know everything. I think I was like 13 years old. I know I was a late bloomer, but I mean, I was like, Dad, my dad was wrong. It's probably like in 8th grade or something, and not 8th, middle school. The teacher said something, and they just showed it to me in the book. I'm like going, oh my God, my dad is wrong about one thing. but the point is all of us are wrong about things, because we hear, most of them, when we learn things, we learn from childhood through ears, and we don't necessarily read things. And now you talk to a little kid and you tell them something that you've known your whole life to be true, and they pull out their iPhone, they go, wrong.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a teacher, and I'm a language teacher. I don't know every single word in the dictionary. I don't. So there are a lot of times that I have to tell students, I don't know. Let me look that up. It's okay to say that as well. You don't have to claim to know everything, because things also change. So.
And the doctors, they're the same way. If they forget something, they'll reach over on their desk or behind them and pull out that book and double check. And that's what, So, but bias, that's what happens with bias is, when someone says, you can't say that my daddy said that, it's still hard to let go of past beliefs when we have pure evidence. And so, but we at Hemp Tours are we love everybody. We don't want anyone to fight about the plant anymore. We want us to lovingly teach everyone. And that's what I think it's happening. The plant taught us peace and love. It's coming.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we saw it in this election so far.
Yeah, we did. cannabis for president all day long, like no doubt. And I think it's really interesting just to see this landscape change. I think Mississippi is a very interesting example because for years, the federal government has been growing and researching cannabis in Mississippi at the University of Mississippi. And yet on the other side saying it has no therapeutic benefits, yet over here growing it and researching it. So now this is going to give them the opportunity. Hopefully we'll see, of course, things have to change a little bit on a federal level, but you know, what they're growing there and calling basically medical MMJ is essentially hemp at this point, because it hasn't really been, nothing's happened to it in all of these decades that the feds have been researching it there. So now we'll see if they get to actually research, you know, beyond this sort of very low THC plant that's out there right now. There's a lawsuit, I believe, in with the DEA and some public comments that just closed revolving around that, the study of cannabis. And, you know, why can't researchers go into a dispensary and buy actually what people are consuming and research that? Right now they cannot, even if you have a federal license to research.
You know, that's one of the biggest things to try to explain to the general public is, you know, well, where's this research? Where is it? And why don't we have it? Why isn't there more? And it's like, well, you weren't able to, you know, if they found out that you were trying to research this plant, it doesn't matter, you have it, it's illegal, boom, you know, case closed. So you had to go through, you know, jump through hoops just to be able to try to research this plant. And then it was a very limited amount. You can only touch this specific plant that we're growing, that you're getting, which, you know, it's not the natural substance. And then learning more about the plant, that wherever it grows, it's going to come out different as well, you know, the genetics.
Yeah.
So there's so many things that not every plant is the same. You know, we hear the word clones a lot, and, you know, I feel like clone genetically, you're more prone to come out a certain way, but at the end of the day, it's how is it harvested, who is it, where is it, and all of that. So
the soil, the rainfall, the every environmental factor.
And now that we have laws, you know, that are legalizing it, great. Now we can do this more research on it. So
but it has to be federally legal. That's nothing people don't understand either. Can you talk more on that though? That even though Colorado is legal, California, but as far as federal, it's still THC is illegal in this country. And
that's probably, you know, one of the first things that we need to work on is descheduling that. You know, have you read the list, or has anybody really gone through the list of how many? There's very few Schedule 1 drugs, but then you see the list of Schedule 2 drugs, and it's all pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah.
on and on and on and on. There's like hundreds of them, and it's like, really? These are much better than marijuana, you know, than a high cannabis THC. It doesn't.
Yeah, cocaine's a Schedule 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, because you could get it prescribed. So yeah, you know, that's one of the biggest things, and it's a big misconception. Of course, it got placed there war on drugs, you know, back in the day, and it's been hard to get it out of there. But I think this, you know, just putting at how many states now, if you see the map, it's a lot more than just 2, 3, 4 that we started in 2012 with California. So I think it's definitely going to be off the Schedule 1 part, hopefully, in this next session. So that is going to be
I hope so too. Mm-hmm. I think that's what we're all waiting to see.
Yeah, you know, just to finish up, it's all fear. That the reason why is we all grew up with this fear, and they connected it. You know, what's brainwashing is when someone repeats the same word over and over, then it sticks in your mind. So growing up, when you hear all these things, it's always attached to the loser, the dopey person. That's why they started calling it dope, because they're like, oh, he's a dope. And so you never realize that, oh, all these famous people, all these creative people, all the famous jazz musicians, Einstein, everyone has smoked weed or cannabis or marijuana or THC. All of them have done that. Who? Oh, John Lennon. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
So, and the thing is they did it as conscientious objectors But then when you finally aren't afraid of the plant, like I was afraid of the plant when I was a kid too, because of all that. But once you realize the medicinal things, it's like, oh, you mean this is actually something that's beneficial for you and it does give you a buzz? Well, what's wrong with the buzz? I mean, what's wrong with that? It's like, oh, because I get scared. Oh, because I was told that buzz is from the devil or whatever,
I was told, just like anything, I feel if people don't experience it themselves, they just kind of have this misconception. And unless they're being told by credible sources, reliable sources, trusted sources. So, hearing it from your family is probably going to be more lenient than hearing it from a random person. So, it's always trying to start with your immediate circle and hopefully, build that trust and not just fake news everything.
And help ease them in so they're not afraid anymore. Exactly. Help them to feel that this is totally natural. And they say, what do you mean it's natural? This is really bad. It's like, it's a plant. It's a plant, for God's sake,
For sure. So another interesting thing with this election was that in California, they passed a bill around creating cannabis appellations, which Cynthia and I are graduates of Trichome Academy, which is a really amazing series of courses that you can access online. And they talk a lot about this. It's sort of like a cannabis sommelier program, essentially. And this was a big initiative they were looking at. And then also we're members of the California Cannabis Tourism Association. Our friends over there were pushing for these appellations. And basically what that means is just like champagne is essentially sparkling wine, but can only be from Champagne, France. So also certain genetics that are grown in, say, the Emerald Triangle in Humboldt County or wherever in California, they'll be the only ones able to use certain strain names, et cetera. And I think this is really exciting for a number of reasons. I think it continues to break stigmas and really push the scientific side of cannabis, where people will be able to really understand that when they're getting, Blue Dream, that means something entirely different if that Blue Dream is from California or Colorado or Florida or New Jersey. This is essentially almost like a different plant, even if it all came from the same seed, because the soil's different, the water's different, the environment
different.
Exactly. And the terroir, which is, essentially like the natural elements, how that influences flavors. And we'll be able to go into talking more about cannabis as far as flavor profiles, terpene profiles, flavonoids, which is the way that the plant looks. So super exciting stuff coming out of California that I think is going to set a lot of standards inside of the industry. A few other things that we want to talk about is we're actually going to do a little bit of a short episode here today because the Best Practices for Hemp in Texas seminar by Inform Texas, which we are sponsoring, is actually going on right now. So there's still time. You can register and actually see the playback of this. It started at noon, and so we're going to jump back over and catch the rest of that. But talking about harvesting, processing, packaging, just a lot of things as far as hemp in Texas. And then on the 18th, they have a How to Become a Teacup Patient. I think this is going to be a really awesome one. It's actually free. If you've ever wondered if Texas has a medical marijuana program, yes, we do. Yes, it sucks, but that's not the point here. You asked if we had it, and we do. And if you want to know how to become a patient in this program, which becoming a patient is very important if you qualify, it just continues to push forward and show our legislature that people are willing. They want this for medical reasons. They're willing to work through the chain of command with a doctor versus going to the black market.
It has expanded. So not only for more ailments, but also the doctors involved in it. It used to be a very limited amount, list of people that could approve you as a patient. So now, I think this is going to be a really great seminar because a lot of people, one, they don't even know it exists, and two, where to start. So here they're going to have it for free. I think they're doing a really great job to inform Texas. So I love their name, Inform Texans.
Yes.
Is glaucoma on that list?
I don't think so. No. I'm 99% sure no, but we'll double check the list. But yeah, no.
I want to say that PTSD was one of the ones that was added recently too. So.
Well, that means everyone in the country would qualify.
And they took away, you used to have to go to 2 doctors, which was very excessive for a 0.5% THC cap. And now you can just go to 1 doctor, and some of these doctors are actually going to be speaking at this event. So if you or loved ones interested in getting the Texas medical marijuana card through the compassionate use program, be sure to check out this seminar. You can go to informedtexas.org, click events, and find that event. Another exciting event on November 20th and 21st. We're actually sponsoring this event as well. It's the Texas Marijuana Policy Conference. The reason why we really love this event is there are a lot of politicians involved in it that actually come in and listen and learn and present as well. So we know that the legislative session is right around the corner. We don't know if that's going to look virtual or in person, but we do know that we'll be there advocating for a change in marijuana policy in Texas. And this is a great event to kick that off. So you can go to texasmarijuanapolicyconference.org, pick up those tickets. That is going to be a virtual event this year. Lastly, Daniel, you've got your Grow House shirt on, rocking it. So our friends over at Grow House, please go follow Grow House, follow Big Texas Hemp on Instagram. They are throwing the Texas Hemp Cup, and that's going to be, I believe, December 12th. You can go over here to Ticket Bud and check it out. I believe these are like the judges' tickets. GA tickets are not up yet, but they will be soon. But make sure you follow Grow House on Instagram so that you can get the latest, greatest info on this event on December 12th. And December...
Hemp Tourist is going to be involved too, isn't it? On that one?
Yes, we're going to be involved in some way in this. It's kind of like a surprise we're going to release a little bit later, but yeah, definitely. And it's going to be in San Marcos. So that's going to be pretty cool at a really awesome outdoor venue, very limited in-person attendance with virtual side. And December 5th, Canna Rock is going to be back at our old home, the venue, downtown Austin, throwing another Canna Rock event on December 5th. And we'll be sponsoring that event as well. So you can go to Canna Rock ATX to get more info on that event. I think those GA tickets are going to be coming out in a couple of weeks. So should be a really fun event. That is going to be in person, very limited opportunity to attend. So we're keeping an eye on that.
It's going to be the holiday back to normal. It's definitely something
to a certain extent.
Yeah. But I mean, if we can go to the grocery store, this is kind of cool to be able to go and explore some
outdoor venue. And we'll of course keep an eye on that as that goes forward. And lastly, I want to announce that our Hemp Tours Intro to Hemp course, it's free. It's on our website at highratehempdoors.com, has been updated with lessons from Captain Cannabis. So you can go in. I think we realized, Cynthia and I were like, man, we had a little too much teacher voice in it. Let's liven it up. Let's bring in Captain Cannabis.
More fun.
Make it a little more fun and interactive for you guys. So if you have friends, family members, anybody interested in learning more about the history of hemp, what the endocannabinoid system is, how to choose CBD products, and other uses of hemp, you can go there to the course, take it for free, and enjoy all the videos. It's, I believe, like 9-10 lessons there that you can breeze through those videos and really learn a lot.
Yeah, and feel like you have a lot more knowledge. The biggest thing is we see, all of us have seen that a lot of people just don't really understand the plant that well. Oh, there's Rudy Cat.
Oh, it's Rudy and Ewok. Yay.
I don't know why they're so lovey today.
That's so weird. They do.
But guys, run over and take that course so that way you can feel more confident in talking about this plant. And you'll find some of the things that your dad told you wasn't true.
Yeah, and we're constantly updating that course as well, because that's a big thing. Knowledge on cannabis comes out all the time. So we're always adding in, oh, we found another cannabinoid. We found another cannabinoid. You know, it interacts this way, that way. All the white papers are linked there, and you can download, read. It's really fun, exciting little course. So it'll probably take you about an hour to complete. So make sure that you go over to higheredhemptours.com and check that out.
Yes, try it out. Tell us
well, guys,
like it. Feedback's always welcome.
We would love feedback. We love feedback. We love comments. We love it when you subscribe and interact with us. So if you haven't already,
click like,
press that YouTube subscribe button.
And hit the bell. So that way you're notified every Thursday at 1 o'clock. We'll be here.
Oh, that makes sense. And we've got some really awesome guests. I think we're booked with guests through December right now. If you do want to be a guest on the show, you can just drop us an email, support@higheredhemptours.com. And we'll talk a little bit, do a little interview, and then send you a booking link. And it's going to be exciting. There's so many amazing people in this industry, not just in Texas, but throughout the country. So it's really a blast meeting everyone. And lastly, on that note, we had a very successful Halloween party in virtual on Hopin. Wasn't it incredible?
That was awesome.
That was a lot of fun. Yes. I mean, I think overall it was the connection with, but that's everybody's internet. There were just so many people. Now we understood maybe why they capped it at 100 people, but we were so happy that we had 100 people register for it, and it turned out great.
It was amazing. So we're planning on throwing a few more of these events. We'll be dropping some info on that probably early December on when our next one is.
We had two DJs.
Yeah, we had the DJs. Those session rooms were so incredible because I kind of just went in, made sure everybody was good. And like the participation and the moderators were also incredible because we kind of threw everyone in the water. Like we got really busy. This event took a lot more of our time than we kind of originally anticipated. So, we were going to do this whole like how to be a moderator video. And then it just kind of never happened. And the moderators were incredible.
They did it. They learned. It was awesome. Yes.
So shout out to our amazing moderators. Cynthia, you were in the smoke room with Kit from Ministry of Hemp and yes. Jay from Mary J. Yes. We had in the CBD talk room, we had Grace and Shada from Restart CBD, Grace from Texas CBD blog. Daniel was in the weird science room. You ended up having Dalton in there. I think Dalton kept sneaking into the smoke room.
Andrew.
And then
yeah, I had Andrew from Farm Labs with me. And
Andrew from Farm Labs was awesome.
We had several people popping in and out. Oh, we had CBD Jeannie come in there for a while too. Oh, she's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
She was awesome. She was in a lot of the rooms too. And then our buddy Tim holding down the on the farm room was really good. He's just knows so much about the farming side of it, which is really amazing because when we met him, he knew a lot about retail side, about product side. And he was sort of like, I'm really learning the farming side. That was a couple of years ago. This guy's like a complete expert now. So he immersed himself in it. And he's just a really smart guy in general. So shout out to Tim. I wish I could remember his company name right now. That's terrible. Go follow Tim. Just Google Tim and him.
Tim and Austin. No.
And I'll have to give his company a shout out next week because I cannot believe right now that I can't find it. But yeah, we'll let you know what company he's with on the next show. But he's a great friend of ours. Later. Yes, we'll throw it up in the comments in the details box. But really, really thankful for everybody that supported the event. And that's one last event that I almost forgot about, guys, is the Green Plant Summit. Is coming up. Let's see. When is that? Cynthia, do you know? Let's see. It's green.
Yeah.
Green plant.
I have it here. So the summit's gonna start on the 19th, and let me share.
Oh, yeah, there it is. This is going to be a really fun event. So essentially, they went through and interviewed experts all across the field of hemp and cannabis over a several-month period. Yep. The interviewer is really amazing. He was just awesome. Cynthia and I both recorded with him. And we're really honored and privileged to be part of this expert speaker lineup that Green Plant Summit has put together. You can register free to see it live. There he is, John. John just was absolutely incredible. He's amazing and very knowledgeable about the plant. Just really fun. It was so easy. It was just like talking to a best friend, essentially. So I can't wait to see how all these interviews came out. This is totally free. There is a VIP access if you want playback, which I highly recommend just because of the amount of great speakers that are here. So, yeah, traveling.
Oh, there's
with
a great
CBD.
speaker right there.
Yes, we got 2 great speakers right there. Shout out to us. It was really fun. You know, I talked to him about traveling with CBD, international law, and Cynthia, you were talking about the differences between hemp and CBD and marijuana. So we had a great time.
Definitions, you know, because that's the one thing that we've definitely learned in this industry is that the lingo might all sound the same, but it's not always the same, and it's just kind of sometimes makes it a little bit more difficult to understand. So hope everybody enjoys it.
Absolutely. So go to greenplantsummit.com to register for that. And you can see our interviews as well as all these other amazing interviews there on at the end of the month on, I think, the 22nd, right? So it's perfect. And go follow them on Instagram. On the 19th. And you can also go follow them on Instagram, Green Plant Summit here. So they're throwing up all kinds of cool, amazing info. I think they're going to be cutting some of the interviews and dropping them there. So really good content, guys. Wow, we've got like so many events this month.
Oh, a lot of events to attend, but always good.
Yes. Only the best, the highest quality that we can possibly find. So we're super stoked about it. Thank you guys so much for joining us here on the Texas Hemp Party today. Congratulations to Cannabis for sweeping the 2020 election. The rest of it, I guess we're going to have to wait a little bit longer to find out.
In my mind, Cannabis is president.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Peace out, everybody.
Congratulations.
No, you can find this sweet shirt at Restart CBD in Austin. So hit them up. They'll gladly send you one. I'm wearing this one for the rest of the week.
Yes.
He hasn't taken it off for days.
You're going to have to go buy like one for every day of the week.
Well, I would have one in every color Restart.
Yes, I need to. That way people know you're not wearing the same shirt. If you have like the blue one, the gold one, the red one, for sure.
Yes. Just a request.
You know, just a tiny request from your team here at Higher Ed Hemp Tours. All right, guys. Well, peace out. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please subscribe, like, share, tell your friends, family, neighbors, dog. Tune in next week, every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central Time. We'll be here.
See y'all.